engineers and anointed people, anointed beings can collectively contribute to this to push our species forward. Where I've got to with my research is that there will be a hole at the top that allows natural light, natural air, and there's a constant water system. So it becomes like a water city where it's a constant flow. It's regenerative. It's not wasting the water, and it's just a constant flow. So I put the toilet really close to where I don't want to call it a wave pool, but in the pool, the water's not still.
So that exists in...
Our architectural team has been working on with James Terrell and Claudio Silvestri to create spaces that allow humans to maximize our potential, to take us out of the box. Literally and figuratively, we live in boxes.
It's like I got ideas, you know. It's like instead of living in boxes and in squares, what if we lived in cylindrical pods, you know? And what if those cylindrical pods was wired up and we could all talk to each other telepathically? It's like we can build a utopia. We could all live in the coon pods and we will all be satisfied and we all be connected.
Ray Kurzweil said we have the information needed to have a human utopia, but we're led by the least noble, most greedy people. There's a solution that can bring happiness to so many more people. I even had this idea about, the connection of big pharma to farms by having localized farms. With more localized farms, you can use less pesticides. If you have less pesticides, then you have less diseases. And have big pharma invest in the local farms, and they'll actually make more money. I'm not one of the people that go up and say, hey, I want to stop anybody from making money. The people that make money and the powers that be, I am your true Nikola Tesla.
It's like no one wants to hear about the ideas that'll really actually make a difference, you know? Like I've been talking about this idea for stopping the war, right? Like we got the war in Ukraine, and the Ukrainians what if they have like an alliance? They can get together from the people from Boeing. They can get together with Raytheon. They can even get together with Monsanto, and they can help to build back the economy there, and they can make it better, right? They could even partner with these companies because they will all have a stake, right? And the companies can be like major stakeholders, and Ukraine can be built back by the Ukrainians with Raytheon, and they can build it back better even.
You take this thing, you put a localized farm, say if it's in a community, that we do localized growing, and then we partner with Big Pharma and say, hey, you're actually going to make more money by making better food. Because at the end of the day, you want money right now. It's like everyone knows that between the pesticides and between the medical industry, and especially America, that we're keeping people sick.
And they show these videos, they say that I was showing clips of pornography to Adidas executives, which I was. But it's like I have ideas, right? Like we black people, we the real pornographers, right? What if we partner with the pornographers, right? Hear me out. Because the loss of family is huge, right? Me and Kim, we can partner with the pornographers, and we can help in the raising of the children, so that the pornographers have a stake, they be stakeholders in the children, and we can all raise them together. Because it's like, just like the farming idea, if Big Pharma and local farms work together, Big Pharma can make more money. So the pornographers can make more money by partnering with the raising of the children to make strong families, and we can all build it together.
So Kanye made some statements that didn't get that much attention due to most of the attention going to other things he said. And I want to zoom in on that for a minute. I want to zoom in on this idea of local farming. Right? Local farming, which Kanye gets it right, that we do need locally produced food. This is something that's been advocated for since the inception of this industrial farming model that attempted to vertically integrate all the production and distribution of foods, and has successfully done that throughout much of the world. Right? You got packaged food, you have Nestle products, you have Kellogg's products, you have Danone products, you have these big, giant multinational companies, multinational grain trading companies, you have Monsanto, Bayer now, you've got Cargill running the international trade of grains, which are the basic input for most of the animal foods we eat now. And you have the highly processed and refined, low quality, essentially soy, corn, and high fructose corn syrup, and microplastic and preservative based packaged products that people are living off of. And this is a huge problem. This is a big problem. But Kanye's solution to this, right, it just shows. And Kanye, I don't dislike Kanye. I think he's got redeeming things about him. I've never been a huge fan or followed him closely, but I've off and on peeked at his situation to kind of get a gauge on where he's at, because he is such a lightning rod cultural figure. All right, but his idea of how we're going to fix the local farm situation by having local farms partner with, he says, partner with these big multinational biotech companies and agricultural companies and pharmaceutical companies to partner with big pharma and biotech in order to bolster local food production. Isn't this funny how this is exactly what folks at Davos are proposing? Now, of course, I can't tell what Kanye is drawing this idea from. He seems to think that this is an idea that he came up with. But this is the so-called stakeholder capital model. It's basically a bunch of PR marketing jargon to make people think that they're somehow going to have a stake in what these huge multinational corporations are doing. Right? It's using the language of decentralization, of democratization, and basically making us, the disenfranchised plebs, feel like we somehow have a stake in what global corporations are doing. All right, that's long story short. I've discussed the stakeholder capitalism model in depth for the last few years, the circular economy, the sharing economy. I don't think Kanye realizes it, but this is actually what the Davos crowd are proposing. If you gave the average person the Klaus Schwab World Economic Forum sales pitch of, well, these global corporations really need to work together and work with the people to come up with solutions, right? Come up with solutions to make the weather stop changing. The average person who's been a victim of mass media and had it drilled into their head for the last 50 years that people consuming products and people using resources is making the weather bad. All right, the average person will buy that. The average person will say, oh, the stakeholder capital thing, this must be really cool. I want a stake. I'm a stakeholder. I want a stake in, what Raytheon is doing. It would be great for me to have a stake in what Cargill is doing. But really, it's a bunch of nonsense. None of us have a stake in this. And Kanye's idea of, these pharmaceutical companies, big pharma, they're just going to be so happy to partner with small family farms, right? They're just going to, and the small family farms, they're so down to just partner with Cargill, with Bayer, Monsanto, right? These small family farms, which there are very few of now, will not be happy. The ones that are remaining are not going to be happy to partner with these massive mega corporations who have been attacking their business model and destroying their ability to make a living for generations. Okay, this vertically integrated model, if you want to learn a little bit about the history of how this came about with these biotech giants like Monsanto, Dow, Syngenta, with these massive corporations funded with seed money and bankrolled by NGOs like everybody's favorite public-private partnership pushing foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation, the vertical integration and the history of the destruction of small family farms, the history of these massive mega corporations and biotech companies taking over all of agriculture, disenfranchising and pushing out small family farms from rural areas and consolidating resources at a global scale. One of the best places to learn about this is a relatively short book, and that's F. William Engdahl's book, The Seeds of Destruction.
To the distinguished audience, this is a message from the World Economic Forum. We want to ensure that you do not listen to this bigot who will tell you to go to shock.com. There's a link in the description. Do not click the link in the description. It will bring you to a place where you can get highest quality adaptogens so that you can thrive. But the World Economic Forum would much prefer that you would continue to eat your bugs, live in your coon pod, maintain your social credit score, and do not purchase these products. If you do use the coupon code BIG53LIFE, you will get 53% off all subscriptions for life. Do not get a subscription for 53% off of the highest quality purified shilajit. It is best for you to continue to consume the soy sludge. It is preferable that you continue to drink the tap water, avoid quality food, and do not take shock highest quality supplements. Thank you very much. The World Economic Forum loves you ever so much.
Ray Kurzweil said, we have the information needed to have a human utopia, but we're led by the least noble, most greedy people.
The idea that small family farms should partner with the giant mega corporations and that these giant mega corporations would actually be down for that, or that the small family farms would actually be down for that, I think is absolutely ridiculous. What we need to be doing is supporting local agriculture that is disconnected from the biotech model. We need to be supporting local, truly regenerative agriculture, the integration of animal and plant production in farms. We need to be producing soil using those models, right? Using the models and methodologies that guys like Alan Savory are promoting. There are guys like Greg Judy teaching people about regenerative grazing, about intensive grazing techniques. Even Polyface Farms, Joel Salatin, guys like that who have done great work in helping to promote the idea of animal integration on farms, right, of proper building of the soil with minimal outside input of chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and all these things that we know destroy our health. Because partnering with these companies that are producing the chemicals, pesticides, herbicides that are destroying our health, that are then marketing us the false solutions to our destroyed health, which will destroy our health further, so that we can run to them and get the next false solution to our already destroyed health. It's a downward spiral. It's a downward spiral into oblivion. So what we need to do is support local farms. What we need to do is maybe get involved in the production of some foods ourselves. And that's not easy. But starting small. Starting with some chickens. If you have enough land, if you have some pasture, and then maybe moving up to some sheep or goats. I personally don't like goats. They freak me out. They're terrible with fencing. I have enough problems with fencing with sheep. But, a lot of people do well with goats. You don't need a lot of land for goats. If you have enough pasture, cattle. Right? So supporting your local raw milk producers, if you're not the type who wants to actually get involved in the production of, things like dairy, there's another option. So you got realmilk.com. It's a website I got no affiliation to, but you can get in touch with local raw milk producers and get food directly from them. Eatwild.com. You can go and get locally produced foods straight from the farmers there, and then maybe learning about getting involved in the production of some of this food yourself. Because we're not going to create a utopia. We're not going to create some beautiful global kumbaya, kumpad utopia by everybody grasping hands together in our smart cities and singing kumbaya with Raytheon, Bayer, and Monsanto. All right, these are the companies, these are the corporations who want to build back better after they've completely leveled and destroyed our communities, rural areas, and our ability to produce good quality foods and have a quality of life that our grandparents had. Our metabolism, brain function, mood, and sense of well-being are all profoundly affected by having healthy hormone levels. Sperm counts among Western men have halved in the last 40 years. Men's testosterone levels have dropped over 20% in the last 20 years alone. Hormones, microplastics, and toxic pollutants in the water supply dramatically affect both male and female fertility. Masculinity, families, monogamy, real femininity are pathologized and demonized in mass media. It's time to step up and take responsibility for our diets, our habits, our daily lifestyle, and proper supplementation. And that's what Chalk's here to do, with the highest quality natural supplements and adaptogens to help our bodies to adapt to the stressors of this modern life. Chalk is here to support a healthy, functioning immune system and hormone balance. Head over to chalk.com, that's CHOQ.com, for the highest quality natural adaptogens and supplements to get your hormones, your body, and your brain functioning how they're designed to function. Use the coupon code BIG35LIFE, that's BIG35LIFE, to get 35% off all subscriptions for life on any subscriptions to the highest quality supplements from Chalk. They will be delivered to your door monthly, so you don't have to remember to take them. Check out the Chalk Daily, which includes, among other natural botanicals, 500 milligrams of Chalk's purified shilajit, patent protected and clinically studied and proven to increase free and total testosterone by 19 to 24% within 90 days. And the Chalk Tongkat 100, clinically proven to support healthy hormone production, enhanced physical and mental energy, healthy weight levels, and improved sleep quality, as well as healthy adrenal function in both men and women. Use the code BIG35LIFE, BIG35LIFE at chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Get yourself on that male vitality stack and receive 35% off of any monthly subscriptions for the rest of your life from chalk.com. Get your hormones right, take responsibility for your health, reclaim your vitality, and head over to chalk.com, CHOQ.com.